flipping me off.
In Mechanipe, Florida, Deputy Sean McGuigan was monitoring traffic near I-75 and County Road 234 when a Chevy Suburban ran a stop sign, hit a curb, and crossed into oncoming traffic. When McGuigan activated his lights and siren, the driver fled.
Tango 937, 10 City. Once he drops down to 45, I'm going to pit him.
The pursuit began near Cafe Risque and continued onto County Road 234, where the suspect threw an alcoholic drink from the window. He then turned onto US 441, briefly drove southbound in the northbound lanes, corrected course, and sped through a dangerous construction zone.
He's in the wrong lane of traffic, 50 miles an hour.
Speeds reached around 100 miles per hour as the suspect continued taunting the deputy and refusing to stop.
Heading toward Marion County, he's flipping me off.
Can we notify Marion? 1031, we'll take a look at.
Traffic light, road somewhat wet.
Deputy McGuigan attempted several pit maneuvers at lower speeds, eventually spinning the Suburban into the median. Richardson recovered, drove away, and intentionally rammed McGuigan's patrol vehicle at least twice during the pursuit.
I paid him, he ran me.
Other agencies joined the pursuit, including FHP troopers and additional deputies, but an attempted tire block failed to stop the fleeing vehicle.
We missed him.
And it's trying to make another loop. Go ahead towards center.
Deputy sheriffs and patrol officers then stopped the Suburban with a perfect pit, and Richardson was apprehended.
COPCAM, we got a pit just into the Marion County line. Successful pit. Oh, he's trying to back out of it, y'all.
I'm stuck in my car.
Contact.
Investigators subsequently linked him to a similar incident earlier that day and noted his revoked driver's license and prior convictions. On March 15, 2021, Georgia State Patrol was requested to assist in a vehicle pursuit on GA 61 in Carroll County. A trooper waited in the grass median as the chase passed northbound.
What did we?
61 southbound.
Near Tolbert Drive, the trooper became the primary unit and notified dispatch. Before reaching Northeast Hickory Level Road, he began setting up for a pit maneuver, but pulled away because the pursuit was approaching a busy intersection.
Unit 1030, 1033, 147, 1080, Georgia 6193. What Good travel. Yeah, nothing.
As the fleeing vehicle slowed near the I-20 eastbound entrance ramp, the trooper moved in from the right side and forced it across the ramp onto the grass. When the driver tried to steer back toward GA61, the trooper made contact again, sending the vehicle down an embankment and into a tree. The driver and front passenger ran into the woods and across I-20. The rear passenger surrendered at gunpoint, identified the other two occupants, and was later released without charges. Do you think police should have continued the search immediately, or was ending the pursuit the safer choice?
Right, start EMS.
Only going around us.
At about 6 p.m. on May 29th, Ohio State Highway Patrol troopers were monitoring traffic on I-75 in Franklin Township when they spotted a GMC Envoy traveling 82 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone.
We're coming up to the rest area.
Troopers also suspected the driver may have been impaired and possibly connected to an earlier hit and run. When lights and siren were activated, the driver refused to pull over.
Southbound 2600.
The brief pursuit lasted only several minutes, but the SUV still weaved through traffic at high speed while trying to avoid the patrol unit. Moments later, the driver lost control, veered off the roadway, overcorrected, crossed into the median, and rolled multiple times before finally stopping, ending the dangerous chase with a dramatic crash.
Right, start EMS.
Start lost signal high. Purposely driven off the red. Rolled over about 6 times.
On June 7th, 2025, in Rutherford County, an urgent alert went out for an armed robbery suspect, prompting a fast law enforcement response. Units moved quickly to locate the vehicle and contain the threat before it spread further.
Page 77, I'm just about the other entrance. Taking the ground.
The pursuit began when a silver vehicle sped through busy streets, creating danger for drivers and pedestrians. Officers worked to block escape routes, while radio updates tracked the suspect's movements through the area.
One-star emergency, this is Amanda. Do you need police, fire, EMS? One-star emergency, this is Amanda. Do you need police, fire, EMS? Alright, I am to help. I am updating your location so I can see exactly where you are. Okay, I do have you on a Tennessee River.
Reports of gunfire near a railroad area raised the urgency and led to road closures. The suspect later entered a maritime district where multiple agencies converged as the situation became even more tense. Eventually, the suspect abandoned the vehicle, ran on foot, and barricaded himself inside a building. SWAT established a perimeter and used controlled tactics, prioritizing negotiation over force. He was taken into custody without further injuries, showing how discipline and coordination can safely end high-risk incidents. On January 25, 2024, Florida Highway Patrol tried to stop a Chevy Silverado on the turnpike to investigate driver Vincent Barboza for suspected drugs. The truck fled at high speed with 2 passengers, Julian Montes and Tremaine Reed. During the chase, the suspects threw a bag containing cocaine and 3 firearms from the vehicle before being arrested. A perfectly executed violent crash to bring the car to a complete stop. All 3 were jailed in Fort Lauderdale on armed cocaine trafficking charges with no bond. Barboza was on felony probation, Reed is an 8-time felon, and Montez, a 4-time felon with prior fleeing and violent offenses. On April 6, 2024, Georgia State Patrol received a bolo for a black Nissan Altima with a Tennessee temporary tag, wanted in connection with felony shoplifting out of Locust Grove. TFC Williams located the vehicle on I-75 North in Henry County and confirmed front-end damage matching the alert.
Still on the right lane, going back over to the right shoulder. On the right lane, on the right shoulder. Coming up at the 230. Now back to the left lane. 230 left lane.
While waiting for another unit before attempting a stop, the driver began changing lanes and increasing speed. Williams activated lights and siren near mile marker 225, but the Altima fled, weaving through lanes using the emergency shoulder and continuing recklessly into Clayton County.
Attempting to pit. We in coming up on the 231. They're going towards the right lane. That boy attempted to continue. They taking the 285. They taking 285. We're off at the 285. 10.6,
Near mile marker 230, Williams prepared for a pit maneuver but backed off because another motorist was too close. The suspect continued toward the I-285 west exit and forced another vehicle off the roadway while squeezing between it and a semi-truck. Once the road cleared, Williams performed a successful pit, sending the Altima into the concrete wall before it spun to a stop.
Pit. Start 52. Show me your hand! Show me your hand! Show me your hand! Don't move, okay? Just try to get down on the ground as best as you can. Passenger. Stand up. Walk backwards towards me. Walk backwards towards me.
Williams exited with his firearm drawn because the dark tint made it difficult to see inside. The passenger, identified as Crystal King, surrendered first. The driver, Haley Bott, said her knee was broken and could not move. Deputies helped secure her until medical crews arrived. The vehicle was later found to have a false temporary tag.